Now in this case, the defendants have raised an affirmative defense. And what does that mean? An affirmative defense means, hey, even if you think we really did these things, because the evidence is sufficient to say, yes, we did do these things, the 4 felonies in the indictment and the murder, hey, we have an affirmative defense which justifies us doing that. For the murder, it's self-defense. For the other charges, it's citizen's arrest. So here's the thing. If you find they didn't commit a citizen's arrest, that's not what they were doing, under the law, they didn't meet the criteria. Okay, and I want to remind you guys, ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's not like, well, they were probably mistaken. You can't be mistaken about the law. If you're going to take the law into your own hands, you better know what the law is. So if you find they were not doing a citizen's arrest under the legal standard, okay, the judge is going to give you, well then it takes it out of self-defense for the homicide, and that means they're guilty on all the charges. All right? It's as simple as that. So count 1, malice murder. Remember, premeditation is not required, and the state is not required to prove motive. All right? You may find malice when there does not appear to be significant provocation and all the circumstances show an abandoned and malignant heart. Okay, I want to be real clear. The state is not saying that Greg and Travis McMichael ran out of the house to go murder somebody right then and there. We all know that's not how it works, right? Okay, what happens? Let's give you an example. I'll make up an example. She's leaving him, right? They're getting a divorce, and she's there to pack up her stuff. Okay? He's not at the house to murder her, right? No. But what happens? She's packing up the stuff, they start arguing, they start bickering, then it starts into shoving, then it's if I can't have you, nobody can have you. She's thinking, oh my God, he's an idiot. She's taking the stuff out to the car. He goes up and kills her, shoots her with the gun. Okay. It started out one thing, and it escalated and escalated and escalated. That's how you get to the murder. So don't be fooled, okay? The state's not saying they left the house to go murder Ahmaud Arbery. What happened? They left the house to go investigate, right? Stop, we want to talk to you. Where are you coming from? What did you do? What's going on, right? And then what happened? Mr. Arbery ignored them, okay? He took off running. He wouldn't do what they were commanding him to do. He wasn't obeying their orders. Why? Well, under the Constitution of the United States, he didn't have to do anything except walk away. In this case, he ran away. And they chased him. They backed up on him, and then they followed him down Burford. You saw the Night Owl video repeatedly yesterday when Mr. Goff was here. At that point, I mean, let's face it, to Travis and Greg McMichael, that was a big go jump in the lake. I'll use polite language. I mean, wasn't it? Here they are, ex-law enforcement, Coast Guard. We're demanding that you stop and talk to us. We have questions. Stop right there, talk to us. And he ignores them, basically telling them, yeah, I'm not doing it. And it starts escalating. They start getting mad. Oh yeah? And then all of a sudden, Bryan pulls out. Then it's like, oh yeah, we'll go around and we'll cut him off over here. We'll go get him. Now they want to get him. Now they want to stop him because they're mad at him. He has totally ignored them and run away from them. And how dare he do that to these two people? Okay? What right did they have to stop Ahmaud Arbery? What right did they have to go ahead and demand a fellow citizen stop and talk to them? And then use pickup trucks to try and cut him off and force him to be detained right there on Burford? None whatsoever. So when we're talking about malice murder, we are talking about the fact that this can happen. And the judge is going to charge you on this. No specific length of time is required for malice to arise in the defendant's mind. Malice may be formed in a moment, and instantly a fatal wound may be inflicted. How do you see malice? Well, you can consider it as reckless disregard for human life. You bring your 12-gauge pump shotgun with you, ready to fire. You point it at a man you know is unarmed. I mean, you think they couldn't tell with those baggy shorts that he didn't have a gun on him? Who's being forced toward you by Mr. Bryan and his black Silverado, and then you go ahead and intercept him and pull the trigger without a thought. Abandon a malignant heart. reckless disregard for human life. And they're in it together. Greg McMichael and Travis McMichael are acting together in concert in the truck. Their actions are all together. They're parties to the crime. Even though Greg McMichael is in the back of that pickup truck on that 911 call, when Travis pulls this trigger, he is still responsible because he's a party to this crime. Because without Greg McMichael, this would never have happened.